Good morning, everyone. David here from True Hope Ministries once again. Hey, today I want to talk to you about something that I get asked about a lot, and it's that, hey, David, do you know about this and that, like the QAnon, and you know about deep state, and do you know about who owns this and who runs that, and who's pulling all the strings? And I often get a surprised look when I say, no, I don't. It's just not a place I go. But there's a reason I don't go there. A couple of reasons. One, plenty of other people are going there, and plenty of other people can fill you in on what they believe about it. I don't go there. Honestly, I don't have the inclination to, I don't have the energy to, and I'm not commenting on it one way or the other, plus or minus, yay or nay. It's just, I get asked that a lot. And I think also I get asked that when people start reading Revelation and talking about end times, and I get that. I mean, right now in our society and America in 2020, for many things are looking bleak, at least in the worldly view, and why many people are renewing their relationship with God or getting there for the first time. And I'm grateful for that. It is a blessing in all this illegal, unethical, disgraceful government overreach we're living through right now. The verse I have in mind is Ephesians 5:11. And have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them. The reason I bring that verse up is because I know of some people, Christians and non-Christians, who get caught up in this whirlpool of trying to find out what's going on in the dark reaches, whether it's in this country or whether they mean biblically and spiritually. I think there's a danger in that, especially if you're not a mature believer. And so I want to encourage you, before you go down that path, seeking into the dark reaches of the darker side of things, meaning the evil, not the good, but the evil, which is all throughout the Bible. You can't escape it. The book of Daniel gives us a great preview of what we'll hear more about in the book of Revelation. You should definitely all be reading Revelation. I know many churches shy away from it. Many people shy away from it. It's written, of course, it's God's word from John's voice, and it is different than any. Excuse me. Sorry, the trash truck just drove by. It's different in feel and texture to other books of the Bible, which makes sense given its subject. But I want to encourage you, if you're a new believer, to not rush headlong into that. It takes a lot of maturity. But on the other hand, it is important. So, that being said, I waited almost 8 years into my faith before I felt mature enough and strong enough to find out more about the dark side of our existence and about the one who rules this physical world, which we know him as Satan, or the enemy, the fallen angel. I just call him evil. So it's important, and it's also important to know his mechanisms, which are, lies and deceit, colored with a little bit of truth, which really pulls you in. These are snares and traps. But I will give you a book that was recommended to me by a pastor, Jack Hibbs, who I trust. And this might be backwards on the video. It's Biblical Demonology by Merrill Unger. Right, so we hear about demons and demonology, and, well, folks, that is one of the ways that Satan, who is not powerful like God, but is not omnipotent or omniscient, he uses demons to help accomplish his works, which is why it can be so widespread, even though he is just one being. And often that works out by some person being demon possessed. That's how demons work. This book I found fascinating for a couple of reasons. It's a very dry read. It's very scholarly. It's not boo and scary and like you see these things portrayed often in film and TV. It's very scholarly, very informative. And when he gets toward the end in chapter, I think 10 or 11, talking about demonology and governments, wow, I really sat up and reread those, because it made so much of what's going on in our world and our country right now. It just made so many things come into focus. And that's really the main thread and purpose of this video, is to give you another view of what's happening in our world right now and to our governments and how susceptible they are to the enemy, because they are wrapped up in so much in the material of this world. And not that they seek to do harm, at least initially, because many seek to improve our way of life, right? We're blessed to live in this country, but we clearly all have seen it change over the years. And that change seems to be, the change is rapidly changing for the detriment at a much quicker rate, it seems right now, at least to me and many others. At least half the country, I think. So, very interesting book. It will give you some new insights into what's going on in the world. And remember, folks, I mean, we're in a battle every day. We're in a battle, and it's a spiritual battle. In this book, Biblical Demonology by Merrill Unger, I just found it, I think, used on eBay, so it should be easy to find. It will give you some insights into the mechanics of how that works and how that looks. And when you get to those chapters about, or you can just go straight to the chapters about government, it's eye-opening. And it, again, gives you a better focus on what's going on and will help you keep that broader perspective of what's happening materially and physically in this world and spiritually. Because ultimately, no matter who you blame for this or that, it comes down to our great spiritual enemy, who is Satan. And we need to stay strong. We need to stay alert, and we can't fall asleep. We need to be awake and aware. So there you go for this video and for today. Awake and aware is where we need to be. Thank you all so much. God bless and keep you.